Ladies and gentlemen, germs and gentlemen, miscreants of all kind. Welcome back. Okay, so we have a PLC to finish. Tucker should be very, very strong now. Quinn, can you please not do that while we're trying to record, kid? You could do it upstairs, please. We have a special guest, Quinn, in the studio. She's about to be a big part of the recording in the next game that we're about to do, but not yet. OBS did a big update, so I just wasted like 40 minutes of Tucker's time trying to... I also have no sense of time, apparently. It was like 20 minutes. Trying to get all our old OBS stuff to work, and I sort of started tearing up seeing the old stream set up, and Tucker and I started talking about nostalgia and memories. We got a PLC to finish, though. Tucker, say hello to the people.
Hello. Can I get an invite too?
Oh, hello. Oh,
Hello. Hello.
Our boy Gilbert, he's gone into the brumation, so we no longer get to say the old hellos to the Gilberts, and it makes me very sad. But Tucker, oh, look, oh, never mind, I thought it was triple resist. I was gonna say it's like 3 triple roll shields in a row. Tucker has the mosquito mantle, and Tucker has the pin cushion. And I'm pretty positive that's gonna be pretty much all she wrote, and that's gonna get us through this thing. And if it doesn't, well, so be it. But I'm pretty confident. I'm also gonna put it up, though I don't think it's gonna be near as helpful as what Tucker's about to do. That's weird. I've never noticed that before. There's a Zeppelin up there. Dynamo. Are you loaded in, Tucker?
Yep, I'm in.
All right, do 2 spins for good luck. See if we can get one more mosquito mantle. So I think we can do it in 2, because like I said, we also learned, what did we learn? That he's resistant to dark magic and poison?
He's resistant to dark magic and fire, or dark magic and ice, this one, so he counters both of our types of damage.
Yes.
Which is like the worst...
Go ahead. It's like the worst possible. Tucker.
Worst possible combination.
Did your brain fart there like
this.
hardcore?
No, I found this.
Oh, this might be big. This might be big. I wish you could have seen the reaction that I had the first time we saw the mosquito mantle drop. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh my god. You got it, Tucker. You did it. I did not think... wow. It's always when you don't think, you least expect it. Priest mosquito mantle of the hummingbird. Nice. That's huge.
That'd be amazing for your Graveborn.
Yeah, this is perfect. Now we both have mosquito mantles, which have not been touched in the last few patches, so it's still functioning like it was, which is like triple, quadruple dipping of all the damage, especially with the pincushion. We are gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do for that damage, though, because we know we can't use frost and we know we can't use dark magic. So you're gonna what?
I got my cube launcher.
Oh, that's right. That gelatinous cube did it. You definitely want a gun that shoots arrows, though, because that's what's going to proc that mosquito mantle.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I replaced the cube thing with the shotgun arrows. I replaced the gelatinous cube thing with the shotgun arrows.
The sword explosion?
Yeah, not the sword explosion, the shotgun where you shoot it and it, like this.
Oh, you got the riveter back? All right, that'll be perfect. Okay, so with that being the case, I feel pretty confident in our ability to finish this fight, Master Chief. And hey, volatile, holy shit.
Got volatile?
Yeah. Back when Delilah rifles used to be good, this was by far the best rifle. It's a blue rifle. It says All Rise. And it's basically got over 1 billion coins. Tucker and I... I'll be perfectly honest, we duped some money, duh, but we were also making sure that we both had a mosquito's mantle for tonight. So,
we each got 2 mosquito mantles, and now we have a 3rd one. Turok has a 3rd one.
Yeah, one that at least is good for my guy. Tucker has a really good one, though.
Yeah, I have a good one, and you have a really good one.
Yeah, mine's pretty darn good. I mean, it's amazing that we at least got one for my dude.
Something built for speed.
Yeah, but Tucker's, I think I've got the dupe version of it in here. There it is, Vikings mosquito mantle. He is a berserker and he is a spell shot, so he's got, I mean, volatile, 40% on his berserker power. The big thing here is I've got the Graveborn power, which is the big damage boon for this dude. Okay, hey, let's do it. Number 3, try numero trace.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm. Only 2 more to go.
There you go.
There you go. By the way, our How to Survive 2 Let's Play is currently in motion. We started that last weekend. Tucker's going into Fair Week for us in our neck of the woods. That means a longer weekend. So we hopefully can make some progress on that both tonight and the coming week. This week, maybe even tomorrow, because all I've got to do is edit. We got the 2-point campus capstone coming along. Looks like I'm going to have to do some work on my OBS because it just went through a big update, but that's beside the point. And Wonderlands capstone, potentially next week. Yeah. I started the script.
A mercenary. A charming, gorgeous mercenary. It's hard to kill doubt when it rears its ugly head. But you've got to hire your best shot.
I don't understand anything. Why are we fighting Big Dragon Man?
Yeah, I was about to ask you and say, like, hey, I don't feel like, have we ever actually been able to make sense of the storyline?
No.
Yeah. And I feel like people, what made you feel like it was gonna be Vesa or whatever her name is?
Vesper?
Vesper, yeah. What made you feel like that?
Yeah, because in the third DLC, Fyodor says you realize you're just helping her get stronger, aren't you?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, the thing that continues not to work about it is that it's all in the imagination. It's a game within a game, which is why I still don't understand why Gearbox doesn't just put all, like, start freaking making Wonderlands a great catch-all game that has enemies. You don't have to worry about the canon. So throw in enemies from the pre-sequel. Put in stuff from BL3. Make this the, like, absolute love letter to the fans that this game deserves to be.
I need help. I'm dead.
Damn, what happened to your survivability all of a sudden?
As soon as I switched off of my past armor, which let me regenerate a lot of health per second, I lost a lot of it.
That was crazy. I've never seen you guy go down.
I think I'll just stick with my normal armor and then switch to the Viking's mantle.
Give it.
When we get to the boss.
Okay, I don't disagree. Just give it one more chance, because you should have been doing some insane damage.
I don't think it fits my build all that well.
It's the mantle itself, though. It's what... There's some really... See how I'm, like, randomly doing an insane amount of damage out of nowhere sometimes? Like, see how... Oh, it just jumped... You can't see damage, can you?
No.
Well, the point is... Oh my god, I'm even able to use a Delilah assault rifle now, and that feels amazing, because I haven't been able to use these in so long. Basically, I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, and then... Oh, the pincushion and the mantle suddenly proc, and boom, they just die. But I'll get us to the next area, I promise. I do need to mess with my audio, though, because I was playing with on my own again. Okay, whatever, fine. Just ignore it. It'll be fine. It'll be good.
So good.
This area is a little long.
You have to go through 3 rooms.
What the hell?
What?
My audio is actually super loud. It's just not coming in very loud. Oh my god, it feels nice to shoot the gun again. I already activated the minecart. Good lord, that minecart takes a minute.
Mm-hmm. You have to shoot the cart when it gets there.
Okay, I was just being attacked by a brigand.
Brigand. You can shoot the cart itself.
Yeah, but I wanted to shoot the explosive barrel. How do you feel about that?
I feel fine with it.
I wanted the flare points. A little bit of bonus points.
You be it.
Yeah, see, they just randomly die. Now let's combine that with a gun that actually fits within the build.
Go, 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 go.
I gotta get all the way to that damn goblin, don't I?
On your right. There you go.
Excuse me. That gold gremlin thing.
You gotta beat that gold golem.
Oh, the gun that actually works within the build really wasn't a significant improvement. Definitely getting very nice random damage, though. Much more than I was. Like, man, when it hits, it hits. When it doesn't hit, though, I'm still in the world of tickling the enemy, which is frustrating.
What is the thing that... What does Pincushion do again?
So, Pincushion is... Hold on, I gotta get safe. But it spawns arrows. When you hit an enemy with an arrow, there's a chance it'll spawn even more arrows.
I guess that's why it's not working for me. I don't got any crossbows or things that shoot arrows.
Holy shit, the fire rate is just going crazy. I'll look at it here since we get safe. Well, you'll be able to look at it soon too. Because it might just be when enemies are shot and not just arrows. There's definitely some nice damage going on. It's classic. I now have to say Lands games. It's a phrase as bad as freaking influencer. Really, almost to the level of disdain for that phrase. Whoops, Cart was there the whole time. You know, it's not really down to the gunplay. It's purely the build. I talk about this all the time. Granted, I can now use this quest rifle. Oh god, the freaking masher is a thing of beauty right now. The masher felt like what I'm talking about, like gunplay, pulling out a big ass hand cannon and shooting something in the face and having it die because you shot it in the face. Not because of 35 different damage interactions, which may or may not proc, and that completely defines whether or not you did damage with that shot. I think that Borderlands 1 did that best. Like, you knew what was going on with your damage formula to make that shit happen. If you were Brick, kill something. Now your explosive damage is 10 times what it normally is. Enjoy it. If you were Lilith, well, go into freaking Hellwalker and start obliterating stuff with the Hellcat SMG. It felt good. It made sense. It was still a shooter. I know that I am very much, though, the minority opinion when it comes to my unique love for Borderlands 1. There are some of us, though. I mean, we all know Borderlands 2 is the GOAT and all that stuff. But I feel like the reading going forward into the pre-sequel and into Borderlands 3 and now Wonderlands has always been, oh, Borderlands 2 was so strong because it went so hard into the, like, wacky RPG, these crazy interactions that are, like, so unlike any other shooter you ever play because they're no longer a shooter. Of course you want that in Borderlands. It's got to have the RPG stuff or it's not Borderlands, but what happened to the gunplay? What's weird is the game is actually a really good shooter. Borderlands 3 and Wonderlands, especially Borderlands 3, more so than Wonderlands, control really good. Feel really good. What happened?
He dropped a legendary.
It'll be in your bank. Wait, talk again?
Yeah.
Okay, so he dropped a legend. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think I got you in OBS. So it should totally bring Tucker back. Every time this is fresh, I need to write it down because Tucker and I have these great conversations about this game, and then we just drop it, and then I go to start writing the scripts. Like, what did Tucker and I talk about again? So we had a great conversation about this game when we got off it the last time. And Tucker came up with this whole set of parameters he would have for reviewing a game that were really solid, and we had a great discussion about it. But
gameplay, price over value. I know value over
value for your money.
Yeah, value for your money. Shoot, I can't remember myself. Gameplay, value for your money.
Well, you said like replayability was its own category, and you had like the technical specs. Does it like
accessibility?
Is there bugs? Yeah, accessibility was your technical specs. But you should have lives in the PLCs. It's really silly that you don't. You have lives in the Chaos Chambers, but you don't have lives in the PLCs, and that just doesn't make sense to me because these aren't meant to be like hardcore in-game activity that the Chaos Chambers were ostensibly designed to be. that everyone loved at the beginning. This game's also been basically completely mistreated. It is the redheaded stepchild of the Gearbox software. It's very frustrating. It's only 6 months old. They should be hyping the shit out of this. They should be talking about it. This should be, hey,
latest in the franchise.
right, things look great. Glad you guys bought the copies of it. We're gonna support it for a while, and then you know, get ready for Borderlands 4. Instead, they're just pushing the Tales from the Borderlands thing really hard, and I'm less keen to buy it. In fact, I know I'm not going to buy it at launch. I'll wait for a sale. Because shit, they sold us on this, and this is a AAA game, and this went for the premium, and we have a certain amount of content and support we expect out of Gearbox on these games, and they're not doing it with this one. And it's all because a lot of it is because the industry's changed. You know, you get like what, 3 major releases a year now, and yet the games industry is more profitable than it's ever been. It's now more profitable than the music and the movie industry combined. Back when it passed movies in like 2001 or something like that as more profitable. And what's weird is that's around the time they started not making games. It's now the most profitable industry, but it doesn't actually make what it makes money doing. And that's because they just sell the same damn game, and they sell microtransactions within those games, and they don't ever expect there to be a crash again, even though fans are increasingly more and more disappointed. And certainly, I've stopped buying new games altogether. Now, Tucker, you bought the wrestling game at full price. What made you willing to buy that game at full price?
Because I liked wrestling.
But why that one instead of 22?
That was 22.
Oh, then 21 then.
I didn't buy 21.
I know, that's why I say. Why were you willing as a wrestling fan to buy 22 but not 21?
There was no 21.
Okay, 20. I think you get the premise of my question, right? That's the one you bought. You wouldn't buy the others. You're a wrestling fan, but there must have been more to it than that.
Because 22 was the latest, and 20 was known for being a bad and buggy game.
What sold you on it, though? More than you're a wrestling fan. I'm sure there was like a YouTuber or something, or a collection of YouTubers who started to really make you feel like, yeah, I want this game.
When I was browsing through YouTube a couple of, like last year, I saw a YouTuber, I forget his name, I think it was like Cartoons or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was playing it with his friends, and it looked really cool. Looked like you can do all sorts of new and cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided that I would buy it, and I had enough money at the time, and I was really excited for it, so I decided to buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
And before I watched it, but before I bought it, I watched a lot of reviews because I didn't want to get ripped off at $80.
Yeah. I can get it.
So I just...
Thank you.
So I watched a couple of reviews. All the reviews said it was pretty good, like 8 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s.
Yeah, so pretty good.
Yeah. So I bought the game, and I've been playing it since.
What's up, Sissy? What's going on with Quinn? Hold on, Quinn's over here. What's up, Quinn? Quinn, what's up? Say hello to the people. Say out of the mic.
Hi.
What's going on? What do you need? Oh, there's a chair over there. So, are most of your purchase... Where is the other shit flags at, Tucker?
We accidentally forgot to get this one. I got it.
Oh, okay. How much of your purchasing decisions these days are based on what you see on YouTube? Rather, do you go to like Game Informer or IGN or any of the like so-called mainstream games media for your reviews, or do you just watch YouTubers?
I find most of the games that I want to buy on YouTube, but with Wrestling Empire, that one other wrestling game I got before 22, I was looking on Steam for a cheap game I could play.
Mm-hmm.
And I found Wrestling Empire, and it looked really cool. A lot like 2K22, it hyped me up, so I wanted to buy it. And before I played it, I watched a bunch of reviews on it. Said it was pretty good, and it was on sale. It was like, it went from $20, or it went from $10 to like $5, so I bought it.
Well, Wrestling Empire had a lot of underground hype, right? It was really started building up across YouTubers. Yeah. Is it a mega hit? Like, has it sold a lot of copies?
I don't know. I don't think it's as big as a hit as 2K22 was.
Not the mainstream games, the WWE
Yeah,
games.
but I think it was still a pretty big underground hit. Especially for the other people who liked M. Dickey.
Did you win in the game, Quinn? M. Dickey, he's the lone wolf game dev, correct?
Yeah, he's made a lot of games in the past.
Prison Simulator, Wrestling Empire. What did you said that WWE when they took a year off to like get it right because they screwed up 2020 so bad,
Yeah.
and that helped. But you also said they looked at Wrestling Empire and like borrowed and took a lot of inspiration, if not even stole certain concepts from it. What did they take?
Well, there was a system in Wrestling Empire, if you taunt, you build adrenaline, and adrenaline lets you do your super moves, like your signature and finishers, which are your most powerful moves. And 2K22 took that same system, and by taunting, you can increase your signature bar to build up your signature. And if you perform your signature successfully, you can perform a finisher. Or if you just deal enough damage or take enough damage, you build up your finisher bar and your signature bar.
Did they take any of the stuff that I always heard from Wrestling Empire that was really special about it is the storytelling, like the dynamic story and how you really felt like you were building your own wrestling career. And
Yeah, it was really special because you would move in between wrestling brands and you would have varying levels of popularity. Your wrestler would have rivalries with other players. They'd have feuds with GMs for not getting paid enough.
yeah, so they like did a good job actually making a realistic experience as far as the business of wrestling was concerned.
Yeah.
And you have to rest your wrestler and avoid
Yeah, you
injuries.
have to rest your Yeah, because if you stay out, because there's a chance that if your contract ends with a wrestling company and you can't find another wrestling company, and wrestling school says if you can't find a contract by this time, then you're out, and you can't find it, then your career's over.
And that's game over.
Yeah.
So there's like
I've had 3 careers. I was, I can't remember. I remember my last one being Raymond Dreben. My second to last one was, I should remember him. I can't remember him.
Well, what part of wrestling, what in that regard, the simulation aspect of Wrestling Empire did WWE take? Anything? Because doesn't 23 or 2K22, whatever it is, have a pretty good career mode?
Yeah, it has a really big career mode. It took a lot of aspects from Wrestling Empires. Like, you can move from different brands of wrestling, from NXT to Raw to SmackDown. The different brands of WWE.
Is there like really truly classic wrestlers in the 22 game? Is it like Hulk Hogan, Andre?
Yeah, they're special characters you can unlock. Roddy Piper's also there as well.
Oh yeah, so Tucker finally got to see They Live. I'm so glad he got to watch that movie. One of my absolute favorites. And that was the weird thing. We talked about this, I think, in some of our previous episodes. They Live's a really good movie by John Carpenter, and he directed it. And then the wrestler Tucker's talking about is the star in it. And it's about him putting on a pair of sunglasses, Quinn, and he can see the world like it really is. Everything. You've seen it before?
Was it the one that we watched here?
We didn't watch. Tucker and I watched it. You haven't seen it yet. You'll get to see it when you're just a little older.
I have like a memory of something with a guy with glasses. See the world.
You can see the world. Well,
Quinn, there is no way. I have never seen you watch anything like that.
Where's this stupid troll?
We have to wait for the next one.
Money, money, money.
I'm pretty sure It had a scene where it was robbing a bank.
Lobbing a what?
Robbing a bank.
Yeah, he does rob a bank. Yeah, you watched that scene on YouTube with us to review it, which is the whole thing where I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of bubblegum. The famous line in the movie.
Apparently the
And he was
glasses
also
make you
getting
high.
chased by a cop.
Yeah, that's right. Because the cops are working for the aliens. But the point is, Rowdy Piper, Rowdy Piper, Rowdy
Piper.
Rowdy Piper. Rowdy. Let's just call him Rowdy. Rowdy was a solid actor. He was fine. He was good. And for some reason, that's really it for his acting career. He didn't do anything else. I mean,
Other than
that's-
Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies.
Right, and a couple of bit roles, but nothing worth mentioning, and you're better off not watching Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. Even though some people give that movie the benefit of the doubt because apparently it was done in 3 days, they said.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and they like lost their sound guy, which you can tell. The footstep, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
She's here to see you.
Boom, 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 boom. That movie's such a mess. Just a
All over the
genuinely
place.
bad movie. Now, the last movie we watched, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I'll admit I was kind of falling asleep towards the end of that movie, but Tucker, what was your opinions on Killer Clowns?
It's definitely one of those movies you never forget.
Yeah, that's very true. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Was it scary?
Wasn't really scary.
I think the thing that screws up Killer Clowns from Outer Space, it's a good horror movie, and man, the makeup's amazing, but they die too easy. Like, as soon as they find out that all you gotta do is bop them in the nose and they die.
Somehow people have like marksmanship levels of aim.
Yeah, it really takes them apart. Like, they probably should have been almost impossible to kill, like It or something, and you just shoot them in the nose and then they just go away. But he had to watch it because the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game, which I don't think is going to sell that well, because Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I mean, that is a true cult classic. That game is way more underground than Evil Dead. Evil Dead is, you know, pretty much mainstream at this point, which we haven't touched that game for a while because they've been pretty slow on the updates. But it seems to me, even though by far Evil Dead is my favorite asymmetrical horror game. Do you need help, Tucker?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, Troll here.
All right. By far my favorite asymmetrical horror game. There's too many. There's too many coming out now. You got Friday the 13th. You got the Jason game, which that's the same thing, but the Killer Clown game. You got Dying Light, right? Or Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 or 4 more in there. And I know Friday the 13th doesn't have much of a population left. Yeah, the game. The movie's still really popular. What's the other one, Tucker? Dead by Daylight, we know, is by far the most popular and has by far the biggest community behind it.
Yeah.
So what are the others? Because it seems like there's been a whole bunch here lately. Oh, green. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Dead by Daylight.
The Quarry, which is like expensive. That's a $60 game, and it goes on sale for like $50. It's really weird. Gwen, you can go play your Xbox, kid. Well, what's going on? Because I can tell you're bored, and you're on my shoulder. Okay, well, there's a chair right there. Anyway, I think there's a lot of them coming out, and I worry about population numbers. And even though the Killer Clowns from Outer Space trailer they nailed, I think there's only like 200,000 hits on a new game. You know, basically a launch trailer, which usually gets like 1 million hits on YouTube. And I want to buy it and play it because I have memories around that game. My dad, the kid's grandpa Mike, he bought that game. I bought that movie rather, and he loved horror movies and was always grabbing off-brands, midnight cinema, those grindhouse style features, the B movies. And here you go, son, and popping them in at like 10 p.m. on a Friday night and just scaring the ever-living piss out of me. And yeah, I'm gonna buy it for the nostalgia factor alone. It looks like, my hot take on that game is, it looks like they're gonna do one survivor.
Survivor versus 4 clowns.
4 clowns, yeah, which is
Or maybe 4 survivors versus 4 clowns.
now I was gonna actually say that would be really cool. Like if they do that, that would make them unique. So like, Dead by Daylight is unique in the sense that it's like the Fortnite of the asymmetrical horror games. It has everything in there. You can play as Ash. You can play as, you know, the Demogorgon. Blah blah blah.
Gordon?
Yeah, they've got Stranger Things in the Dead by Daylight game. But I don't like Dead by Daylight. I love the deep like role-playing system that they got in there, the really deep skill trees, but I don't like that the survivor just kind of runs around, and just not my thing. I know a lot of people love it. Love Evil Dead. Really enjoy it, both Demon and Survivor. It has its balance issues as the game has gone on. There's some problems with hackers, but I think Tucker, you and I both enjoyed that game quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Look like it?
It's too scary for you.
That's probably too scary for you, Quinn. But the best thing about Evil Dead is that as a survivor, you can kill stuff. Like, you level up.
It gets rid of your helplessness factor that it has in Dead by Daylight.
Right. It's like Hunter Reckoning. You actually feel like you're Left 4 Dead. You feel like you're involved, and you are also actively playing against someone else. And I think that the Demon could be a little bit richer, but dude, it's super fun. Like if you get in a good balanced match on Evil Dead and you're the demon and the survivors kind of know what they're doing and you know what you're doing, that game is so fun. I at time was just disappearing when that game was kind of in that launch peak. Glad I bought it. Don't regret that purchase at all. But that being said, I know that Evil Dead is still a bit of a niche franchise. It's a bit of a niche, and there's like, I don't think that the population's near what it once was, so they were super smart about making it cross-platform. And I don't think anybody has like overwhelming negative things to say, but there's also been just a basic, you know, everyone's breathed out. The early, you know, the launch hype is over, and now it's settled down, and you have just your hardcore community left. Like, so Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you're going to take that hardcore community, and then we got to like probably divide that by 10. Because Evil Dead had a show that had, what, 5 seasons on Stars? Like between 3 and 5, and I know that the first two seasons did really good. Then the ratings started to kind of collapse. It has a super popular movie franchise. When they rebooted the movie, that movie was #1 in US theaters for like 3 weeks. It's still popular. It's not like the biggest thing ever because it's a freaking horror franchise. Like, of course it's not going to be the Avengers or Toy Story, thank you, but it's still a big time horror franchise. And so that game, you're probably looking at maybe 10K people on every day, which is still solid. Killer Clowns, dude, I think it might be, unless it is an absolutely killer game, boy, the population might be tough, especially if it's not free to play. Okay, look up, there's wyverns.
Cake Bash.
Cake Bash turns out is actually kind of old.
Yeah. Do you need help?
Yeah, I better.
You're right.
You're gonna have to take it. Quinn, will you check on Grandma, please? Thanks. You got this, Tucker. Finish it. You should have plenty enough damage for that boss.
What the heck?
Just make sure you use what you gotta use to melt that stuff.
Oh, they gave him a ranged attack. What the heck? Jesus. Somebody's got bad breath. Well, actually, you know what? What would be really good to use right now? Ow! This might take a little bit.
Yeah. You managed to get any shots on him? You're doing fine. You're doing good. Are you wearing your old armor, or are you still wearing the new armor?
I'm wearing the new one.
Okay.
Trying to find what works here. I think this was working best. Gotta hit him in the gonads. That ain't good. The heck? Ow! Leave me alone. Ah! I got stunned. Jeez, why is it taking so long to melt this guy? Does he have a lot of health or something? Gosh dang it, sometimes it breaks.
Oh, you were doing really good. You got this. Second left, up on the left, there's a wyvern. You've nearly got him dead. You're doing good. In front of you is a Skittle. Oh, you're good. Good job.
I like Skittles. Get away from me, Skittle.
I learned about roaches, and I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What the heck? Sometimes it works. Sometimes that jump pad works. Sometimes it doesn't. Am I going on it too fast or something? Just gotta hop back and forward.
Alright, sweet. Why don't you start getting some practice in on your Xbox so you're warmed up for when we go together?
What?
Play just any game just to warm your fingers up on the controller, because we're going to be playing How to Survive with you. Good job, Tucker. I don't know why he's being such a pain in the butt this time.
It's that jump back there. Come here, you little wyborg. Plop that on your head. Now I need to go find some more ammo. Ammo? Ah! Get away from me! Get away from me! Ow! I just want some health and ammo, man. Please, leave me alone.
How did he heal? You had him down to nothing.
Man, don't push anything.
Oh, he reached that midpoint, didn't he?
Press any buttons, Gwen. He got in front of my gunshots. Jeez, this guy is taking a sweet time dying. And you can't play anything right now because your controller is synced to mine. Controller is synced to
shouldn't
my
be
Xbox.
though. She was playing on her Xbox
No, I
yesterday.
synced it to her so that way I could test out how to survive.
Oh, okay.
You told me to play some.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize it wasn't synced. Tucker's almost got this guy beat. We're almost there.
I don't even.
That's all right. I just wanted you to try like Slam Rancher or something. You have that other control you could plug in. Okay.
What's that?
It's my controller. Was Grandma playing cards or what?
She was just watching.
She's sleeping.
Yeah.
You should show Grandma sing too. She's already asleep.
I think.
Tucker, your riveter shotgun's not working?
It's barely doing any damage, it seems like.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not doing any damage with that. No. Wayne, quiet. Intense gameplay. Come on, get over here.
There's one behind you. Boy, this has been quite a fight.
I'm out of ammo on every gun.
Excuse me.
It's just a freaking bullet sponge.
What about your SMG? He's
Out of ammo as well.
he's upside down on my screen. The enemies should really be dropping it by now then. Oh, behind you, Skittle. The gun will hit a lot harder if you put it on stickies.
It is on sticky.
Okay. Man, this fight usually doesn't take this long. Wonder why he's like on one right now.
Bad matchup, maybe?
The lands code.
One thing I can use right now is my pistol. These Skittles are so annoying with their little attacks.
You're out of ammo in the sword explosion?
Yeah, I don't have a sword explosion.
Yeah, you have a sword explosion. You were using it
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh yeah, I'm out of ammo on that. Almost got him. What?
There's one. Yeah, okay, good done.
You gotta be kidding me.
You're doing fine. There's one behind you. There's also in front of you. There you go.
I'm out of ammo. How did he get so much health?
I don't know. Did you ever just like stop and just start shooting him and then instead of just bouncing around?
If I stop moving, I would be destroyed because I have like no survivability now.
Well, you're gonna go down regardless. I mean, because it's chaos level 50. Your best bet is, I mean, just put on your old gear then. If it didn't work for you, just put on your old gear.
I'll switch to this gear. I'll switch to the mosquito gear when I get to the boss. Oh, that sucks.